Hey there, comic book fans. I'm back from the comic shop again this week. Light week, 4 new comics. Only one was from my pull list, and I pulled the other 3 off the wall. Oh, and don't forget, I still have my, I have these up on eBay. I'll leave a link below. These are my own custom alternate covers that I did for random issue of the Avengers and a whole bunch of Spider-Man #1 True Believers. Oh, and I also have one other thing to show you this week. It's my birthday in a couple weeks, so my friend who I usually meet at the comic shop brought me a couple of things. You'll like this. He's got a 3D printer, and he 3D prints things. So he made this Grendel Mask. Decorative wall hanging piece. I'll put it up. Pretty neat. I'm a Grendel fan from way back. I think this is the original Grendel Mask doesn't have this part on it. This is one of the later Grendels. Pretty cool. He also made me a Copic marker holder. So he's got holes there and holes there. So these are 2 3D printed stuff. He's not a designer. You can go on the web and find 3D designs that other people have made. They make them available. So he makes all sorts of stuff with his 3D printer. And he just made those for my birthday. And let's see, what are the freebies I got this week? It's the comic shop news. It's the only freebie I got this week, I do believe. Take a tour of HQ in Harleen. I guess I was like, why are they calling Harley Quinn Harleen? And you know, Rob informed me that's her real name, Harleen Quinalock. I don't remember what it is. But that's what well, I guess the rest is just order stuff in this one. No articles. Marvel Master of Suspense, Steve Ditko, Stan Lee. That one looks cool. Calling Dr. Sham? What the heck is that? I'll look through this later. I'll look to see what new things we got. And I'll show you the only one thing that came off my pull list. That's the Wiccan the Divine. Is this the second to last issue? How many is this? This is 43. Or is this 44? Is this the last issue? Hold on a second. How many issues is it going? This is 44. I'm just going to peek at the last page and see if it's over. Once again, we return. I guess there's... I'm not sure when this is... Next, the finale, The Wicked and the Divine 45. So this is the second to last issue of The Wicked and the Divine. Wow. It said it's the 5-year anniversary. It said in the back, something about it. I also realized something else. It's the 5-year anniversary of The Wicked and the Divine debuts. I've been buying this one for 5 years, and it's about to end next month. Wow. So, what can I say? I've enjoyed it the whole time. It's been fun stuff. You can get the collected editions if you want. There's always some nice artwork in here. Jamie McKelvey does the artwork. And, what's his name? Gillen does the... Hold on, I can't remember his first name. Does the... Kieran Gillen. There we go. I know it. Kieran Gillen, Jamie McKelvey, Matthew Wilson on colors, Clayton Cowles on letters, D. Conifi is the flatter, just the color flats. The editor is Chrissy Williams, Hannah Donovan, the original designer, Sergio Serrano, the designer, and Katie West, the executive assistant. Excellent book. And here's something interesting. I decided I kind of want to get the Marvel reprints, but they're the facsimile editions, so they're $4 or $5 a piece. The giant size X-Men and the X-Men 1, and I was kind of like, I just don't want to spend $8 on Marvel reprints. I'll spend $1 on one. I just picked this up because I wanted another comic, and it's a 90s Venom. I was like, I'll give it a read. Not my favorite stuff, but True Believers. Who does this? Howard Mackey, Ron. I like Ron Randall stuff. What did he used to do? Trekker? Is that him? Sam De La Rosa, Kenny Lopez, Tom Smith, Danny Fingeroff. So I was like, you know what? And it's like there's one other Venom with this, but I'd much rather have cheesy 90s Venom than cheesy 2000s Venom. That's just the way I am. I think cheesy 90s comics are better than cheesy 2000s comics, but that's just me. So, you know, I'll give this a read. And then instead of buying those 2 Marvel reprints, I took that money and bought 2 #1s, which came out last week. But we're still there. We're still there, and I heard we're good. I think it was a Sleepy Reader just said they were both good on his, and I heard at least 2 other people, I can't remember who, say this one was good. The Resonant. Vault Comics, and my shop usually doesn't get many Vault comics in, so I wonder why they got this. And like I said, they had multiple copies of it. Maybe they're returnable or something. Who does this? David Andre is the writer. Alejandro Argon is the artist. Jason Wordy is the colorist, and Darren Bennett is the letterer. But I saw on at least 3 different channels. It's a horror comic, I think. People really liked this one and said it surprised them how good it is. Let's read you a little description. A decade has passed since the first waves hit, unleashing humanity's darkest impulses and plunging the world into chaos. Paxton, a single father of 3, must venture from the secure haven they've built to restock the medicine his chronically ill youngest son needs to survive. When the somewhat routine trip goes awry, Paxton and his children, now separated, will battle everything in their path to reunite. I must say, I don't agree with the font they chose that's all distressed. And if you notice, I hesitated a couple of times because I couldn't quite make out the word restock, especially, is fading away. But supposed to be good. If 3 people on YouTube recommend it, I'll give it a try. And the other one, I think only Sleepy Reader recommended this one. Once again, another Vault comic. Sarah and the Royal Stars. Sleepy Reader, so we'll read you the end here. Civil war rages in the empire of Parsa, and famine has struck. As the seasons refuse to turn, Princess Sarah receives a vision from the deity Mitra, telling her to find the royal stars and restore them to the heavens. Despite her kingdom and her troops' need of her command, Sarah embarks on a quest to find the fallen stars, now trapped on Earth, and to save her people from dearth and death. Sleepy Reader said this one was very good high fantasy. It reminded him of Conan, even though there wasn't much Conan stuff in it. Maybe it's because it's isn't Mitra a Conan? Isn't that a god in Conan? I don't remember. But the art looks nice. I don't think I've read any Vault comics. But this was up near the wraparound cover too. This was up near the top of Sleepy Reader's lists this week. So I figured, you know what? Instead of getting 2 reprints from Marvel, why don't I get 2 #1 issues from Vault? I think, you know, with so many of my series are ending, like Sleepy and the Wiccan the Divine's about to end, I got to find some new stuff to replace it. Oh, I put that. I think I told you last week. What was the name of them? Reaver one on my pull list. So that's a new one to start collecting. So there you go, 4 comics this week. We'll show you a little bit of artwork back here. You've seen that, but I was doing some 5x7s. I was showing these a little bit off on my Instagram. If you ever want to see some more art and stuff, that's on my Instagram. That's I'll leave a link below along with the eBay one and whatever else I got. That's a sort of a woman's figure in clouds. And what's this? Oh, one of my faces at 5x7. And what's the last one? This one. I was taking these out of a guy in some sort of weird cape. I was just opening up my sketchbook and finding images I like and working them in color and ink. So that's what I was doing with those. And I was also doing some more small art cards. So here's 5 of them. A face, another sort of abstract silhouette woman. I like this guy and his sci-fi background. I don't know, mod art thing. He's being surrounded by art pieces or something. But I like doing these cards. Not just my super... I do these more often than the superhero cartoon art cards, so I figured I'd show them to you. But there you go. Some comics this week. A little bit of art. And you guys have a good week out there.